All right.
Can you tell us more about the
grandmother's program? A little bit about grandmother's program. Just like I said, and if you need to get a good example, talk to Maureen right there. Maureen, raise your hand. Maureen is from Kenya. And since there is no other Ugandan, Kenya is the closest to Uganda. The grandmothers in Uganda and in many sub-Saharan African countries worked so hard for so long to educate their own children. Though grandmothers will do this and parents will do this to make sure you as a child grow up to have a good life and take care of yourself, there's some selfish reasons for parents send children to school. Because in Uganda there are no retirement homes. There are no, you grow up and you're too old, now go live in that house. That's not, in Uganda it is not there, neither is it in Kenya. When grandmothers grow older, they go to their children's houses. Now when HIV/AIDS started killing people in Uganda and in many African countries, it was killing people who are between 15 years old and 49 years old. Those are the people who grandmothers would have come to stay with. Those are the people who grandmothers had already invested everything they had, and now they are not there anymore. But they are not there anymore by those people who died, left children who need somebody to invest in their lives now. Those are the children you see. So what we've done is to go back and say, you can be a grandmother once again. We can help you, take care of you, build you a toilet, or buy you utensils. Because these things now we provide grandmothers are typical things sons and daughters provide their parents. What you're looking at right here, my dad's social security, food stamp, health care, glasses, hairdo, wig. She wants to do her nails, she will call me. And I will provide her money to do it. But for those grandmothers whose children died, that support system is not there. So we are going in these homes and buy them utensils and buy them spoons and plates. But you also dear situation where grandmother is living with 14 orphaned children in a 2-roomed house. And some of them will see them in those pictures. We've gone in and give them a one-time grant to build them a small house. We are building 131 houses for these grandmothers. That's a grant from Stephen Lewis Foundation. But we're also giving them $20 to start their small business. Some do chicken, some do goats, others do the beads you saw downstairs. So even if you don't wear beads, just buy it. Even if you don't use baskets, just buy it. Just know when you buy it, you are supporting a grandmother there who's going to be able now to make more and support more children. These grandmothers are creative. You see what they do, that is one needle at a time. There's no machine that makes baskets. It's one needle at a time, and some of them don't even see, they just guess and make that basket. So when you see it in your office, you are looking at some of lots of blood of a grandmother piercing themselves while they are making that so they can support their child to go to school tomorrow. Don't get me started. I can go on grandmothers all day. But that's what we do with grandmothers. Any other question? Yes, sir.
How long were you in town for?
Why? You had to check?
I wanted to sit down with you and talk tomorrow, or there's an organization that I used to be on the board of,
okay,
called ORT, which is the largest non-governmental educational organization in the world, actually.
Oh, really?
And they built, one of the things that they do is they build secondary schools that have occupational training programs around the world.
I'm staying.
I would like to sit down and talk with you more about it, but basically, after the Second World War, for instance, the Holocaust survivors, the concentration camp survivors, they went to the displaced person camps, the refugee camps,
Mm-hmm.
and they taught them to become electricians, to become plumbers, bricklayers, stonemasons. They still do this around the world, and so as a secondary school curriculum, if you're going to have vocational training, rather than reinventing the wheel, you may be able to access their expertise. I
told you. And people give me credit after that when I speak with you and we build a secondary school. People are going to say, Jackson built a secondary school. The man is going to build a secondary school right now. You can meet tomorrow. I'll be in town. I will be signing books at Borders. So around 1 p.m. we can meet. And then afterwards I can go back. It's 5 hours for me to drive from Michigan to here. And I can always drive any day. So let's talk before you leave and get time where to meet tomorrow and secondary school done. In the name of Jesus, right? All right. Wonderful. Definitely. This is how we've been able to do things. Seriously. You know a contact, you have a skill, you know somebody, you let us know, you put on your 100, someone puts on 10,000, and we have it done.
Jackson?
Yes?
One of the neatest stories, I think, is about the water, the well.
Yes.
If you could elaborate on that for those folks who don't know all of that story.
All right, so when I say our organization took this holistic approach and heard of actually in Uganda, sometimes I wonder how all these things came to me. But some of the things is also shared by other people. You are talking and you're looking and someone says, why don't we have shoes for the kids? So these ideas come all together. I'm a Rotarian, and I joined, the first time I joined Rotary was here, right here in Bloomington North Rotary Club, was introduced by Oro Ray and David Brame, and there are several Rotarians. You can raise it. Derek, come on. Yeah, you know it. Rotarians work so hard. Clint, you've been a Rotarian too. Retired? Oh, coming back. Through Rotary, one of the things Rotary International does is build water systems around the world. Water, literacy, education. And through Rotary, we are able to convince several clubs to make contributions. And we built a water system. Now, I was born and raised in that village. Nobody had ever thought we would ever get clean water. In a village where kids die of cough, you drink bad water, you cough blood, die. Yeah, it's true. Just because you drank bad water. Or you go swimming and you swim, the cows come, use the same water. While you want to wash your feet, you wash your there, you drink, you wash, cows use it. But we were able to build a gravity water system, gravity without any pump. Water that comes from the hills and comes down throughout the village, just like a snake. Ooh, with stops. A stop has a tap, a stop has a tap. Now, children who would walk 2 miles to go get water, children and women. Men don't fetch water in my village. And what? That's a fine of $10,000. $10,000 right here to expand the water system. Girls who would spend all this time fetching water and not make it to school, and many of them end up not going to school. Women who would spend a whole day to make a meal because they have to go fetch water now have water right on their doorsteps. This clean water, apart from saving lives, has also helped our children concentrate on school rather than spend time fetching water, and thus why we have the highest passing rate of schools in the area. In fact, some man who makes local beer came to me and said, thank you, and we write it in the book. And I'm looking at this man, I don't drink beer. This is a man now thanking me because he makes beer, and he said, the chief was harassing me, telling me I can't make local beer with water which is not clean. Now I have clean water. My beer is the best in the village. But women and children who would take long even to take a shower, because it takes so long to go get water, now can shower every night, wash their clothing every night, and drink clean water. No more death as a result of cough and diarrhea as a result of clean water. Thank you for bringing that point, Brenda. So Nyaka will get you at any point. Whether you don't love children, you're going to find grandmothers. If it is not grandmothers, there is clean water. If it is not clean water, vocational training. If it's not vocational training, library. If not library, farm.
Beer.
All right. More, I saw another hand somewhere. Yes.
What is this picture about this lady? Can you tell us some more about this lady and her house?
That lady you are seeing there, I explained to you the grandmother.
Is it the grandmother with the 14?
That's a grandmother. No, that she has 5 instead of 14. But that lady had just got to the house we built her. And when I went there to see her, all she could do is hug me and cry. So there she's talking in a local language. Yeah, you might understand the language.
Yeah.
She's explaining how the house was leaking. Rain would come and cover them all night long, and there was nothing they could do, and that's how they make their meals. In the next picture, so that she was explaining the whole process of how happy she is and joyful. If you go on our website or on our Facebook page, you will see videos of these grandmothers. If you want to hang around, you can see more pictures, more videos. And in fact, before we leave,